Good day. I would like to show today, doesn't matter which auto trade you have, how we can pinpoint a good time to start your auto trade and when is the best day to also start your auto trade. Before we start, this is a disclaimer, CFTC requirement, and please be careful with your trading. And we will start on what you're looking at here is the server is running 24/7. We use the server to pinpoint what is the best time and what is the high time to use the auto trade. So what we are looking at 24/7 non-stop uh, real life data, and then we can identify the performance and what time to start the auto trade, and you can use that on any kind of auto trade, whether it's a best pro trade or non-best pro trade or any auto trade you have in your pocket. When we right click on the first one, we can go to the historical and a real-time performance. Now we right click and to see the performance here, and then we go to currency. I like to use the currency, and it is very important for the Renko bar or the range no gap or line break. All this, they usually give fake results, and if you are using those unrealistic time frame or Renko bar or range no gap, you will have much more higher profit factor. And on this one here is the profit factor is 261, and that is a tick. Tick and minutes are very acceptable. But when you are using a Renko bar, you probably can tweak the auto trade to go on a 4-5 profit factor. But then if you look down here on the recovery day, then you will find you have a 25 days recovery, because those are not real. The Renko bar in the auto trading, you cannot backtest them. And when you are testing them in a live data, even if you have a profit factor 5, 4, when you tested them in a live data, they don't perform, and they are most of the time ends in a disaster. So it is the most important. I don't mind to have 1.5 profit factor and stay within a limit. Maximum on the recovery days should be no more than 5 days. Anything above 5 days on a recovery day, most of the auto trade, when you are testing them this way, you will have 25 days recovery, and that means you will be trading 25 days with none losing in order to recover, and that is impossible even by the one of the best traders on this earth. You cannot trade anything in the market for the next 25 days and not losing any trade, and you cannot even do that on a 5 days on a row. You will have a losing day. So if it's a one losing day takes 25 days, in those 25 days you have another losing day, now you are up to 50 days recovery. And then if you have 2-3 losing days, now we are up to 200. So for the rest of the year you need to try to recover your losses on those couple of 3 days, and that does not work this way. So the most important is not the profit factor. The most important is the recovery days when you are back testing or forward testing. But when you are using the real data for 1 week, you will have a very good idea where is your auto trade, and not wasting your time on the weekend in a replay data or back testing and forward testing, because they are not accurate at any auto trade, they're not accurate. They claim they are, but they're not, because when you put them in a live trade or a live data, the results are totally different than when you are just back testing or forward testing, and it's just wasting time. Even a replay, it doesn't work. Excuse me. So the first things what you need to do with your auto trade, look at your profit factor and your recovery day. Then we look at the chart, and we will try to see what kind of chart we are using. We are using 150 ticks. That's acceptable, the ticks chart. And then we look at the graph, and we can see this one started, and it's been for 1 month. This one started from 110 2017 and all the way up here to 126 2017, and yesterday was 27. So this is from the whole months of a graph. That's good. So now we're gonna go ahead and drop to see when is the highest time on that, where is any auto trade, what time give the best performance on that auto trade. Excuse me, I had the flu last week and until now have not got over it yet. We can see 8 o'clock, it was the highest time, and you can see all of it all the way drop down to 1900 hour. So if you want to go, first of all, you need to go on the daily to see where is the best performance and which day. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we can see on that ES, on that auto trade, we had Wednesday is the best day. Thursday, not bad. Could be on your auto trade. Your Tuesdays are good. Depends on what kind of auto trade you're using. Or it could be Thursday or it could be Monday. Depends on the strategy you are using. And then we can go ahead and drop to the half an hour. This can magnify more on your auto trade, which is the best time to use. And we can see here from 100 hours to the 6:30, nothing happening. But then at 6:30, which if you are a DAX trader, you get up in the morning, you notice immediately the CL and the ES around 6:30 in the morning. There is a very nice, smooth performance, and you can really pick up a lot of nice trades. From 6:30 to 9 o'clock, you have a very nice, smooth ride on the CL, ES, DAX, if you know what you are doing. But you will find very nice, smooth trades during those time where we noticed, like if you are trading the CL, you will have a better performance during those hours than when the U.S. market's open. We have a great deal of traders that use those time frames, those timing to trade the gold, but they don't trade the gold at 9:30 when the market's open anymore. So this comes in with inline, and this is a very true that 6:30, the 8:30 is a very good time to start as an example on that auto trade. And here is the key: 9:30 is not the high time, and 9:30 this is where the market's open, but it's not the high time. And then 10 o'clock, 10:30, this is where the market level and going for one direction. And this is where the market start taking direction. Is exactly like when an airplane taking off, it takes off and then turn around and go to this destination. And it's the same thing with this market. 9:30 the market takes off, and then we find out today if we are to the positive or a negative day. And then this is where around 10 o'clock, 10:30, this is where the market levels. And we know pretty much, if you are looking at the 15 minutes chart, you pretty much know the rest of the day what the outcome, if there is no major news in the afternoon or something. So this is the same story here, and then you can find out that this is where the high time is and where is the spike in this market or on your auto trade. On that particular auto trade is at 12:30 it was okay, and then during the lunch hours we have a red, and that is very obvious. You don't need to trade during the lunch hours. And then the markets pick up at 1:30 on that auto trade and drop down. So the performance at 3 o'clock, because a lot of traders thinks on the last 2 hours maybe you will have a better performance. But doing that test here for 1 month, we find out that 3 o'clock, 2:30 on the last 2 hours, they're not really the high performance on that auto trade. But it could be on your auto trade, maybe on the last half an hour, you have the best performance. How would I know? But this is a very good idea. Tell you, stand wasting your weekends on a replay and back testing, forward testing, all this nonsense. Let your computer run that auto trade you have for 1 week. And if you are, we have some of them like this, teachers, bus driver, truck driver, whatever. They like to trade in the morning before they go to work, and they get up around 6:30. By the time they take a shower and have a breakfast, you have to keep your eye on the auto trade. You cannot leave the auto trade. You need to keep your eye on your auto trade, but you can take a breakfast, you can go take a shower, quick shower or something, as long as you keep your eye on it. And whatever you make from 6:30, let's say, and you have to leave home around 8:30, whatever, or 7:30, whatever you make on those 2 hours, 1 hour, then close your computer and go to work. Or if you come early in the afternoon because your job, then you know at least where is your best performance on that auto trade, and that's where you can take advantage of it. Then what we want to see here, this is a monthly period, and you can see where is your percentage winner, and then what we can go on the daily, and then we can go on a half an hour, and then we can also see where is the biggest drawdown and what time it has happened, the biggest drawdown, and when is the best time you made money. And that can give you exactly, if you notice here at 8 a.m. it was the best timing. 8 o'clock was the best, and it was the 11 o'clock, and it go down the hill. So this is an idea for you to make your life a little bit easier, and you can understand your auto trade, how is functioning, and where is the best time to understand where take the best out of it and dump the rest. The reason I'm making that video, because this is a perfect example. On the CL, we don't have a 1 month because we just had rollover last week, and we don't have enough data for the CL for 1 month to pinpoint the accuracy on that auto trade, or when is the best time, or what time I should start the auto trade. So this is another example. We only have 1 week of data on that one. We're gonna go ahead and look at the performance. Now we are gonna look at the performance, and we only have 1 week. Sorry. So let's look at the currency, and we can see here the profit factor. We only have 1 week, 1.53. Recovery day 1.13. I can live with that. Chart. Now on this CL, we are using 150 ticks. And let's look at the graph. The graph, you can see this is starting from last week. So we don't have 1 month because we just start auto trading that CL. So we only have 1 week of data. It's irrelevant. We can still try to see on that week, given us a little light what has happened. So first of all, we want to see where it was the best time. And look, now on that week, we had Thursday was a bad day. Okay. Wednesday, amazing. It was the best day. Tuesday was good. Monday and Friday, they were almost the same. So now we have it in our mind, the bigger picture, what's going on that one here. And then we go on the hourly, we can see the best performance were on that week. We don't have 1 month yet. From 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock was the best performance. If you notice here, we have a 7 o'clock, yes. But if you see, it was red and red in here. So let's go into more details onto the half an hour. And if you notice right now, at the 9:30 when the market's open, it goes south. You cannot see that details when you are backtesting and optimization and forward. You cannot see those details. Actually, last week, I'm talking only can see last week. So maybe after 1 month, the whole things we have much better accuracy. But for 1 week, on this last week, from 8 o'clock practically to 9:30, the CL going south. We have a little green here and there, but this is irrelevant. We need stability. Where is the high time? And it is actually started at 10 o'clock, and the best time on that CL, it is from 11:30 to 1:30. There we go. We have a total different picture from the ES, but the ES we have 1 month. But that's okay. That will give us information how is that CL is doing on your auto trade, and it could be totally different from one auto trade to another. And try not to use a Renko bar because you will never, or range no gap, they're gonna misguide you heavily. So on the period here, we have 1 week. We don't have a monthly. So if we click here on a weekly, it's the same numbers because we only have weekly. 71.58. You can see the ratio, everything on that one here. Then we wanted to, if you want to, you can look at your drawdown daily, and let's go ahead and look at your daily. We can see the drawdown, and this is a pretty nasty day here. It was very nasty day. And welcome to trading. And then you have the 125 did the best on the CL, and it is the same story on. You can go down on the 30-year Treasury bond, and then we can go on the ES and NASDAQ and Dow Jones, and that can give you pretty good idea how that auto trade you are using using a real lifetime data. Do not try to go ahead and buy yourself server for $80 and $100 to because those servers, they are using on 1.5 gigabyte ROM memory. Your NinjaTrader runs on 4 gigabyte minimum. So those, they lag the auto trades, and they don't give accuracy because their data lag and your performance lag, and you are running NinjaTrader on less what the minimum requirement is. So don't try to waste your time and your money on a server if it's not a decent server and you have at least 16 gigabyte or 32 gigabyte RAM, and they should not be shared. What I mean by shared RAM, you don't need to share your 16 gigabyte RAM with a 20 other member on that server, because then you're not getting the 16 gigabyte, you're just sharing those 16 gigabyte. So why wasting time with this and save your money? Try to run your auto trade on a small laptop, or turn off your screen and let the computer run in the background, and try to run it those hours you really like to trade, whether it's an early morning or an early afternoon, and then take that auto trade you have in your hand and try to pinpoint where it is the possibility for that auto trade to make money. By having an auto trade does not mean you're home free. It is like you have to babysit that auto trade. And for the auto trades, if you don't, some of the auto trades require optimization. This one here on the AB scalpers does not require optimization on behalf the traders, but some of the auto trades require optimization. And this is one thing is traders should know. When the ES cross the 10 days moving average or the 50 days moving average, this whole market personality has changed. So if you did the optimization on a 10 days below moving average, does not mean your auto trade now is capable of taking the same trades when the ES is crossing the 50 days moving average, because the whole attitude has changed on that trade. Try to optimize at least once a week. If you have an auto trade require optimization, you have to babysit it. You have to stay on top of it. If you don't do that, you have to optimize one by one, and you have to keep maintaining that auto trade. And you have to understand the stop losses, and you have to understand the management before you start auto trading. It's not, at the end of the day, you can call it a black box, you can call it algorithm trading, you can call it jukebox. At the end of the day, it's a mechanical trading, and things can go wrong on any auto trade, from getting overfilled to million things can happen. And it is not a lottery. And people have to respect trading platform responsibility more than what people thinking they can get away with it. There is nothing in this business you can get away with. Nothing. There is no shortcut. And honest to God, that's true. In order for you to go to heaven in this business, you have to stop in hell many times before you go to heaven with this business. And some people don't like me saying that, but it is a reality, and it is, for those guys are daydreaming, maybe we need to put them back on earth a little bit. Folks, I hope this is helping you with whatever auto trade you are using. And please be careful with your trading. And God bless you all, and wish you pleasant weekend.